Hey there, fellow high school parents. I've got two high schoolers. And man, it has been awesome this year just to be able to navigate freshman year with two of my boys. I know you guys are in the throes of it, whether they're freshman or senior. I think one of the things that we all identify with is we want the best for our kids. Not just academically, I mean, that's one thing, but socially, we want them to connect with other people. But most of all, we want them rooted in their faith. And we want them to grow in their relationship with Christ. And as much as I would like to control that, I can't. You know, it's up to my kids that their faith is a personal faith. So what I can do as a parent is I can push them towards opportunities to make connections, to form relationships that they're gonna continue and help them grow in that relationship with Christ. I can't do this for them, but I can give them a guiding hand in this. And there are a couple opportunities this semester that you can take advantage of, that I'm gonna take advantage of in our family to help our students get connected. The first one is our small group experience, our midweek experience. This is an opportunity for your student to come in kind of a large group setting, kind of a big crowd, all that stuff, so kind of the excitement's there, but then it immediately breaks down around tables in a small group setting with a mentor, developing relationships. This is exactly what your high school student needs at this point in their life. They need to be surrounded by some godly mentors, some people that are headed in the same direction in their life, they're heading towards Christ. This is so important. It's gonna be a sacrifice. You might have to move the schedule around. Wednesday nights, I don't know what you have going on Wednesday nights right now, but can I tell you, we cleared our schedule for it. We're making sure that our boys, they were in it last semester, they're signed up, they're gonna be doing it again this semester. It is an important part, I feel, of their spiritual growth. So we're making that decision. I encourage you, get your students involved. The other thing coming up is camp. Camp is amazing. Here's why camp's important. You know, we talk about developing relationships. And we're gonna come, you come to church for a couple hours a week. Maybe you as a parent, you're involved in a small group and you spend a couple hours. It takes many weeks upon weeks upon weeks to develop those relationships. When you go to camp, it's 24 hours a day for 3-4 days. Those relationships develop quicker. Those spiritual commitments develop quicker because there's so much focus on it. When we remove ourselves from all the distractions of life for those short periods of time, it is just amazing what God does in that period. So I send my kids to camp. It is an important part of their life. I grew up going to camp. I worked up for summer camp. I've seen the benefit in my life, in the lives of my kids. We're gonna be making the sacrifices to make that possible as well. So in the email, I'm not gonna give you all the details, but in the email is when you can register, when you get the best pricing and all of that. But we value the fact that you're gonna have to sacrifice for this, that it's gonna take resources to do it. So we wanna give you as much information, be able to plan to make sure that you are able to set that up in the future for your students. I encourage you, help your students get connected. When they are connected in other relationships, it helps them ground their faith. They're headed in the same direction with the group of people in their lives. That's through small groups, that's through things like camps, things like missions trips, all these activities. But specifically, let's take some steps together here early this spring and get our kids connected.